Hello, we are from Group 2 and today we'll be presenting the outcome of our problem-based learning assignment titled Threats to Wild Freshwater Fish Population. My name is Kimberly and I will be presenting Fact 1 that can be extracted from the trigger. Fact 1 states that freshwater fish are an essential source of food for many people worldwide. From this fact, we can denote that freshwater fish has a crucial role as a global food source. From this fact, we can devise strategies for sustainable freshwater fish management and food security. These include sustainable management and conservation of freshwater fish species, responsible and equitable distribution of freshwater fish, support for sustainable aquaculture practices, research and development for improved fish farming techniques, and exploration of alternative protein source and dietary diversification.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. My name is Zahin, and I will be presenting about fact number 2. Freshwater fish are crucial for the game and recreation industries. The role of local bodies in recreational fishing is to support thriving recreational fishing in Malaysia. Local management bodies should implement sustainable practices, set catch limits, enforce size restriction, and promote responsible fishing techniques. Regular monitoring, research, and educational campaigns are crucial for informed management and conservation efforts. For benefits from game and recreational fishing, the game and recreational industries in Malaysia benefit fisheries by boosting the local economy, creating jobs, and promoting conservation through sustainable practices, research, and public awareness. The third idea is common threats to wild freshwater fishes. First is overfishing. Excessive harvesting, illegal practices, and destructive gear depletes fish population. The second is invasive species. Non-native species disrupt native fish population by outcompeting or preying upon them. The third is pollution and water degradation. Industrial activities, agricultural runoff, and improper waste disposal contaminate water bodies, negatively impacting fish health and habitat. The fourth is habitat fragmentation. Construction of dams and infrastructure disrupt fish movements and migratory patterns. Is fact number 3. 40% of the world's fish species are freshwater species. The first idea is roles of freshwater fish species. So freshwater fish play vital ecological roles in stream ecosystems, regulating nutrient cycling, controlling prey populations, and indicating water quality for conservation efforts. The second is difference in intensity of landing of freshwater and marine fishes. Freshwater fish are less harvested compared to marine fishes due to limited accessibility, regulatory challenges, complex life histories, and local fishing practices. The third is important roles of freshwater fishes towards the cultural aspect of locals. Freshwater fish are deeply woven into the cultural fabric of many societies. They hold cultural significance as symbols for food sources and in traditional ceremonies and practices. Moreover, recreational fish activities such as fishing, boating, and wildlife observation centered around freshwater fish offer opportunities for leisure, relaxation, and connection with nature.
My name is Toa Ahmad Sharif, and I'll be presenting the fourth fact, which is in developing countries, freshwater fish provide food and livelihood for millions of people. Going into the ideas, first we have significance of freshwater fish. So the significance of freshwater fish is that they provide a vital source of animal protein and essential nutrients in the diets of millions of people. They are often more accessible and affordable compared to other sources of protein, making them a critical component of food security efforts. Secondly, we have food security. By providing a reliable and nutritious food source, many communities, particularly those in rural areas, rely on freshwater fish as a primary source of animal protein. The consumption helps address malnutrition and improve overall dietary diversity. Next, we have the role in livelihoods. Freshwater fish significantly impact developing countries' livelihoods by providing employment and income and contribute to economic development, poverty reduction, and community well-being through fishing activities. And lastly, we have the aquaculture methods contribute to increasing fish production, diversifying fish species, reducing pressure on wild fish populations, creating employment, promoting environmental sustainability, integrating with agriculture, ensuring food safety and quality control.
The fifth fact in this trigger mentioned that in the United States, the freshwater fish are important for profitable recreational and gaming industry. There are three ideas comes out from this fact, which is who is involved, what are the specific activity, and what aspect of freshwater fish make them valuable and attractive for angler and gamer. By this fact, we can learn and understanding how to manage freshwater fish resources sustainably, We can develop sustainable fishing practices by engaging with local fishing community, fishery manager, and experts to identify and promote sustainable fishing methods such as size limit, catch and release practices, and seasonal fishing restriction. Next, the demand for recreational fishing and gaming may put pressure on the fish population. In order to reduce this problem, effective policies are essential to strike a balance between supporting the profitable recreational and gaming industry while conserving fish population for future generations.
So let me continue with the fact sheet. So the fact sheet is stated that the human and the fishing and the human activities contribute to the decline of the wild freshwater fish populations. So how the fishing activity caused the decline of the wild freshwater fish populations? So there are the two activities, including the overfishing and the illegal fishing activity. Overfishing can be explained as the uncontrolled activity of fishing, which can cause the increase of the catch per unit effort until they reach the maximum sustainable yield. So beyond that level, it can cause the less populations and the small size of the freshwater fish. So the next one is the illegal fishing. So illegal fishing was the fishing activities using the prohibited fishing gears such as a bomb and a chemical. So this illegal fishing also including the catching of the other size and the protected fish without the permissions. So this activity can cause the loss of the populations of the wild freshwater fish. So the other human activities which declined the freshwater fish populations was the introduction of the invasive species. Invasive fish are mostly larger and they are fast reproductive and they have high ability to live in the challenging environment and conditions. So this helps them to compete with the native species in the local locations for the food and space. As a result, the native species are able to do so and leaving the river or that being prey by the invasive species. So the next one is the formation of the reservoir, also the human activities, which can cause the biotic changes on the river. So this causes the fish death and the leaving the river, causing the decline of the freshwater fish populations. And the next one is the aquaculture activity, also causing the deteriorations of the great environment and changing the water parameter, causing the fish death. So that's what is the deforestation. The deforestation was the human activities which causing the sedimentations and the high temperatures of the water, and this causing the changing of the water parameter and also causing the fish death, which decline the fish populations. So next we will proceed to the fact 7, which stated that the global warming, climate change, and the pollutions also contribute to decrease of the freshwater fish populations. So the global warming and the climate change can cause the impact on the increase of the water temperature, decrease of the dissolved oxygens, and the increase of the toxicity of pollutant in water. So how does the impact affect the fish? So high temperature of the fish causing the fish translocate to the other locations to reduce the stress. The decrease of the dissolved oxygen level causing the hypoxia and the anoxia to the fish. Increase in the toxicity of the pollutant increase the productions of the bioactive chemical which are more toxic than the parent compound. The next one is the pollution of the water. The pollution of the water can changes in the water parameters such as the temperature, pH, dissolved oxygens, salinity, and turbidity. So it also promoted the eutrophications and the increase the heavy metal in the water. So how does the pollution can impact to the wild freshwater fish? Changing in the water parameter can cause the water to become unsuitable for the fish. So it tend to die due to the inability to adapt the environment changes. Eutrophications also causes the low oxygen levels due to the plankton activities. Low oxygen levels causing the fish become hypoxia and death. An increase of the quantity of the heavy metals changes the water quality, which causes damage to the nasal septum and eukaryotic. So the next one is the way to reduce the global warming, climate change, and the water pollution. So for the global warming and the climate change, we are suggested to use the hybrid craft with low emissions of the carbon dioxide gases. Next one is the using of the alternative energy sources such as the wind, solar, biomass, geothermal, and hydro to replace the coal, gas, and oil. So for the water pollutions, we are suggested to use the treatment of the water bodies by the physical, chemical, and the biological method, and the law and the penalties for the indiscriminate discharge of the water pollutions to the river. So the next one, the fact 8 stated that the decline of the wild freshwater fish species in the ecosystem can have the serious impact on the ecosystem. So decline in the freshwater fish in the ecosystem will cause the unable to against the environmental stressors such as the climate change and the pollutant, and also cause the spread of the disease, and also cause the effect of the nutrient cycle in an ecosystem. So how does the impact to the ecosystem? Fish have the fewer options for the adaptations and lack of the necessary genetic variations to cope with the new challenges posed by the climate change or exposure to the pollutant. The fish have the similar genetic profiles, which making them are more genetically similar to each other. The fish are vulnerable to the disease as the fish have the same immune system. Freshwater fish consume prey and release nutrients such as the nitrogen and the phosphorus, which is important for the growth of the aquatic vegetation and the microorganisms. So low freshwater fish causing the changes of the nutrient cycle in an ecosystem. So in conclusions, the freshwater fish have played a significant role in the aquatic ecosystem and hold a great importance for the human societies. They contribute to the biodiversity, provide a source of the food and income, and offer recreational opportunity for use of fishing activities. However, they face the numerous challenges and threats in their survival. Therefore, the precautions that need to be taken in order to protect the freshwater fish in future generations. So that's all from our group. Thank you.